what are some unethical, but legal ways to make good money. Before we start with the first story, please hit a subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Story 1. Sell $299 courses on how to make money fast. There's actually a famous guy in my country that made hundreds of thousands by putting in the paper money, earning lessons for just X price. You sent him the money, and he would send you a letter saying, "Do the same as I did in the paper." They tried suing him for con, but for some reason he was clean. LOL. These are really funny. For real. But not all courses are scams. I sell a course, and people who buy it literally tell me it's the best money they've ever spent. I teach people how to make UGC video ads at home and get booked for side cash. I'm one of the top guys doing it. But yeah, a lot of scams out there too. Story 2. Oh God, I have a good one. And it's technically catching people doing something illegal, but the way my dad's old boss operated, it just felt awful to watch. So when a bar shows, say, a boxing match, apparently they are supposed to buy the match separately on each TV. So for a big sports bar with 75 TVs, it can be pricey. Some bars will just buy a couple, or even one license and broadcast them on all of the TVs. The boss would buy the rights to pursue the offenders, or the process, and then sue the bar owners per TV that the fight was shown on, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. The part that felt unethical was that he didn't do this full-time, as his main gig. He kept all of these fight rights on deck, and whenever he needed money to put in a pool, or invest in something new, he'd pick one of his files that hadn't expired yet, sue the bar owner into oblivion, sometimes years after the fight, and then move on to whatever the new opportunity was. I know for a fact it led to multiple establishments having to close their doors. Story 3. My dad had this great idea to go door to door installing peepholes. And you can start your pitch with, "I bet you would have liked to know who was on the other side of this door, each cost like $5. Install for 50 and be done in 5 minutes. Story 4. My cousin came to me one Thursday saying he needed an extra $200 by Sunday. Told him good luck. He went out and bought 4 bottles of Everclear, some jugs of Walmart apple cider, cinnamon sticks, and mason jars. Simmered it in a pot for like an hour and jarred them all and wrote $25 on top of each. Called his country friends and told them he made homemade apple-spiced moonshine. 25 EA or 2 for 40. He had $400 the next day. Sometimes I hate him. Story 5. Learned about this one on the radio this morning. Obituary thieves. They will snipe trending names off of Google and run fake obituaries with fake egregious information to drive up web traffic to advertise sites. The New York Post just did an article about it when a team from India ran a bunch of fake articles about a college kid who died. Story 6. Sell credit card protection plans that charge you like $1.99 per $100 balance on your card at time of billing. A fuckton of people pay for these services and never realize that the terms and services are worded in such a way that they never have to actually pay out. Story 7. Set up a negative option billing program, also known as free trial offers. 1. Get some hot popular vitamins from China in bulk. They will even ship in unlabeled containers. 2. Create a brand, a label for your product. 3. Set up a basic e-com website. 4. Create some basic social media ads. 5. Offer a subscription where you offer 1 container free, and then start charging a monthly fee if they do not cancel within the first month. 6. Mark up the product 200-1000%. 7. Profit. As long as you stay on top of customer complaints and offer refunds quickly, you can make a ton of money this way, and it's not illegal, just shady. Story 8. Roll out a multimedia campaign to convince people lemons are incredibly scarce, which only works if you stockpile lemons, control the supply, then a media blitz. Lemon is the only way to say I love you, the must-have accessory for engagements or anniversaries. Roses are out, lemons are in. Billboards that say she won't have sex with you unless you got lemons. You cut De Beers in on it. Limited edition lemon bracelets. Yellow diamonds called lemon drops. You get Apple to call their new operating system OS Lem. A little accent over the O. You charge 40% more for organic lemons and 50% more for conflict-free lemons. You pack the capital with lemon lobbyists. You get a Kardashian to suck a lemon wedge in a leaked sex tape. Timothée Chalamet wears lemon shoes at Cannes. Get a hashtag campaign. Something isn't cool, tight, or awesome. No, it's lemon. Did you see that movie? Did you go to that concert? It was effing lemon. Billie Eilish, ONG, hashtag, lemon. You get Dr. Oz to recommend 4 lemons a day and a lemon suppository supplement to get rid of toxins because there's nothing scarier than toxins. Then, you patent the seeds. You write a line of genetic code that makes lemons look just a little more like breasts, and you get a gene patent for the breast lemon DNA sequence. You get those seeds circulating in the wild, and then you sue the farmers for copyright infringement when that genetic code shows up on their land. Sit back, rake in the millions, and then, when you're done, you sell your lempire for a few $billion. Story 9. If you ask any of my family members that know about it, my job drawing furry pony porn for a living is pretty unethical. I always wanted to be an artist as a kid, and would already draw people's furries. At 15, I started doing commissions, and of course people want to pay extra for pin-ups and lewd stuff. Eventually, I was taking big money at that time for full-on porn commissions. It was just better money and way more interest on E! And Derpiboro, where we advertised our art. These days, it's mainly Twitter, and not safe for work accounts are king there too. I can draw a wholesome pony hanging with another pony for 80, or charge double that for the pony's fucking. The difference in workload is moot. It takes all of 10 seconds to draw some liquids, slap weird fetishes on there, and the pay can get kinda nuts. My highest commissions wasn't even grand, with a group of characters doing questionably legal things. Legal in the USA, at least. The only issue if you want to get into this stuff is the rise of AI. Artists that are established will have no problem, but being a noob artist right now, where everything is flooded by AI, is going to be hard to grow. Stable Diffusion legit draws better than 90% of people I know. Story 10. I had a friend who made a lot of money buying cheap supplies from China, India, and then selling them at a huge profit to other business. All she had to do was order the supplies and then switch the shipping label when it got to her door. At first I thought it was slightly unethical, but then I realized it's basically the entire business model for most of the retail industry. Story 11. Get hired at a labor-type job, and then report your employer the first time that you see any safety violations, which you will on your very first day, most likely. Your boss will find out that you reported it, and will start treating you like shit and eventually fire you. Now you sue your ex-employer for retaliation firing. You will win, for sure. You've got a paper trail with OSHA as the person who reported them, etc. Very easy to prove. And it's not illegal because your boss, number 1, should have followed safety protocol, and number 2, shouldn't have retaliation fired you. I wouldn't even feel bad in the slightest. Story 12. Hold a raffle for a goldfish. £1 a ticket. Sell 500 tickets. Draw a winner. Everyone else takes the L and moves on with their lives. Contact the winner and say the fish died. Give them a refund. They are happy. You walk away with £499. Rinse and repeat. Story 13. If a homeowner defaults on their taxes and can't pay, their county usually issues something called a tax lien certificate. These are sometimes sold piecemeal or in auctions. If you buy someone's tax lien certificate, you're basically paying their tax debt in full. You can then pursue that homeowner for repayment of the debt you paid, with interest. If they can't or don't pay you back, you can obtain ownership of their house's title by triggering a tax sale of their house. All proceeds go to you first as repayment. At the least, you get paid from the absurd interest you charge the homeowner. At best, you buy their home for a bargain basement price, then flip it and sell it. Story 14. Taking free and open source software that performs niche tasks, slapping a basic Python JSA API around it, making the vaguest and least binding promises of service and support, and selling it as a subscription service for hundreds or thousands of dollars a year per user. There's an awful lot of shit that's only one step away from being accessible to the ordinary tech user. And there's quite a lot of money in closing that gap for those who don't feel like hammering out shell scripts or setting configs. Looking at y'all, PDF conversion services. Looking right at y'all. Story 15. I know a realtor that specializes in bare land, on which he carries the loans because banks don't like to lend on bare land like they do for houses. He prefers to sell to people with poor credit because he can then loan at a higher interest rate. And also, there's a high probability they'll default and he'll be able to repossess the property. So he takes payments on the land for as long as the buyer is able to make them, reaping the high interest the whole time. And then when they eventually fail to make payments, he repossesses the land and looks for another similar sucker to do it all over again. Rinse and repeat all the way to a cushy, rich retirement. All right, folks, that's a wrap. If you like more of this, please hit a like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also share your thoughts in the comment below. I'll see you in the next video.